Have you ever said something to a woman and watched her eyes light up? Not in polite acknowledgement, but like something ancient and unspoken, just clicked into place, like for a moment you weren't just a man. You were the only man in the room. No awkward silence, no friend zone shuffle, just that unmistakable shift in energy, that silent electric moment where her body language softens, her guard drops, and suddenly it feels like she's the one trying to figure you out now. Here's the twist. You didn't say anything seductive. You didn't flirt outrageously. You didn't compliment her looks like every other guy on the planet. Nope. You simply spoke to the part of her that no one else ever sees, because there's a secret to attraction that almost no one talks about while most men are busy trying to impress a woman's eyes or ears, the rare few, the ones she dreams about at night. They know how to speak to her soul. And it only takes a few words, but they have to be the right words. Not cliche, not overused, not thirsty or try hard, but subtle, powerful, emotionally calibrated. The kind of words that make her feel not just appreciated, but understood, not just noticed, but felt. And when you say these kinds of compliments, the ones I'm about to share with you, she won't just smile, she'll remember you. She'll lean in and maybe she'll start chasing you. So if you're tired of being overlooked, if you want to stand out in a way that no one else does, stay with me because these 3 compliments can change everything. Let's dive in. So let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at a woman, really looked at her and felt like there was something beautiful about her that she didn't even realize? Like beneath the selfies and the surface confidence, there was a softness, a strength, a fire she never shows the world, but you saw it. And in that moment, you wanted to tell her something real, something that would make her stop scrolling through attention and start listening to you. But here's the catch. Most guys don't know how to speak to that part of a woman. They throw out the same old lines. You're so hot. You've got a great smile. You're different. But those words, they're wallpaper background noise things she hears every single day and forgets the moment they're said. Real attraction, lasting attraction comes when you say something that stays with her, not because it was flashy, but because it was felt. And the men who understand this, they don't chase. They don't beg. They don't try to impress. They simply say the kind of things that no one else does. The kind of compliments that make her think, that make her feel seen, that make her lie awake at night, replaying your words in her mind like a song. She can't stop humming. Hey, I'm Amelia, and this is Stoic Paradox, where we don't do games or gimmicks. We go deeper, we talk real human connection, why it works, what it looks like, and how to show up with confidence that speaks without ever raising your voice. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 specific compliments that are so powerful, so disarming, so different from what she's used to, that when you say them, she won't just feel flattered, she'll feel understood. And once that happens, she won't just like you, she'll want you. Let's get into it. 1. You make things feel lighter when you're around. It's easy to compliment someone's looks. It takes 2 seconds, 0 depth, and leaves no real impression. But when you pause, look her in the eyes and say, you make things feel lighter when you're around. You're doing something most men never do. You're telling her she affects the energy in the room. You're saying her presence doesn't just exist. It shifts the atmosphere. It turns tension into calm, chaos into warmth without even trying. She adds ease to the people around her. That's a gift, a rare one. And she probably doesn't even realize it because she's been so used to carrying the emotional weight for everyone else. But when you say this, you're reflecting back a truth she's felt but never heard spoken aloud. It's a mirror to the part of her that holds people together, that calms storms without asking for credit. That's not just a compliment, that's emotional recognition, and it sticks in her mind because it tells her that being herself is not only enough, it's healing. She won't forget the man who saw that in her too. You see things in a way most people don't. Most compliments are about the obvious. This one is about the invisible. When you say this to her, you're not just praising her thoughts, you're praising her mindset, her insight, her soul-level awareness of things others overlook. You're telling her, I've been paying attention. And the way you interpret the world, that's something I don't see every day, because here's the truth. Most women are never truly recognized for how they think. They're complimented for how they look, how they smile, how they dress, but they're Perspective rarely noticed, even more rarely respected. This compliment changes that it says, "You're not like the others, not because you're louder or flashier or prettier, but because your mind is yours." And I find it fascinating. It makes her feel understood on a level that's more rare than attraction. It makes her feel seen, and that's powerful because it's one thing to be wanted, it's another thing entirely to be valued for your mind through. The way you care about people, that's beautiful. We live in a world that often confuses kindness for weakness. So when a woman chooses to care deeply, quietly, consistently, she rarely hears that it's beautiful. She may hear that she's sweet or nice, but not that her compassion is radiant, not that her empathy has weight, not that the way she shows up for people even when it's inconvenient is breathtaking. That's what makes this compliment hit so hard when you say, "The way you care about people, that's beautiful." You're reaching into the part of her that sacrifices, that stays up late for friends, that listens when no one else will. You're showing her that you see her effort, the kind that often goes unnoticed because it's not loud, it's not performative, it's just real. And for a woman who may be carrying the emotional weight of the people around her, you're not just praising what she does, you're telling her, "I see who you are, and it moves me." That kind of recognition that melts walls, it lingers in her memory, and it builds a connection that no surface-level compliment ever could. These three compliments work because they tap into something deeply human. They move beyond the superficial and speak directly to her essence, her mind, her spirit, and her heart, things she might not always express but feels deeply. The first compliment acknowledges her impact, how she changes the energy of the room without even trying. That's rare. It's not about looks or performance. It's about her presence and the comfort she provides just by being who she is. It makes her feel like she's not just noticed, but appreciated for the real, intangible qualities she often doesn't even recognize in herself. The second compliment is powerful because it taps into a woman's desire to be understood for who she truly is. When you notice her unique perspective and call it out, you're telling her she's special in a way that goes deeper than just attraction. You're noticing how her mind works, how her thoughts are sharp and clear in a world that can often feel chaotic. It's an emotional recognition she won't forget because it affirms her value in a world that often overlooks the quieter things she brings to the table. The third compliment is especially meaningful because it honors her capacity to give. Women often find themselves giving emotionally, mentally, and physically to those they care about. This compliment lets her know that her generosity, her kindness, and her empathy aren't taken for granted when someone recognizes her soulful care. It makes her feel deeply seen and validated. Most people focus on what she does, but this focuses on who she is. It's a recognition that goes straight to her heart. These compliments work because they aren't just empty words. They show her that you've noticed the depth of her character. They elevate the conversation from attraction to emotional connection. And trust me, this kind of praise, it stays with her, so if you've ever found yourself struggling to know exactly what to say or how to stand out, now you've got the tools. The next time you want to make a lasting impression, choose your words carefully. Say something meaningful and watch how she reacts. Now, if you want to hear more tips like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update from Stoic Paradox. Leave a comment below and share your experience with these compliments. I'd love to hear how they worked for you. And as always, remember, words are powerful. They can change everything. And there you have it, the 3 powerful compliments that are guaranteed to make her feel seen, valued, and remembered long after you say them. But remember, it's not just about the words themselves, it's about the intent behind them. When you speak from the heart, when you truly see her for who she is, that's when the magic happens. It's those deep, meaningful moments of connection that stick with people, that keep them thinking about you long after the conversation is over. These words aren't about impressing her with clever lines, they're about showing her that you understand her in a way few others do, that you've noticed the little things that make her unique and beautiful. When you show that kind of attentiveness and care, it's not just a compliment, It's an invitation for a deeper bond. It's a way of saying, I see you and I appreciate you for who you really are. But here's the thing. These compliments, they're just the beginning. If you want to build real connections, if you want to keep her thinking about you, you've got to keep showing up. Keep making her feel important. Keep being genuine and keep using your words to build trust and emotional intimacy. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Start using these compliments now and watch how they change the dynamic of your relationship. Trust me, she'll remember you for it. If you want more content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to learn how to connect on a deeper level. If you've tried these compliments before, drop a comment below and let me know how it went. I'd love to hear your experiences and see how you're using these tips to enhance your relationships. And as always, remember, the most powerful thing you can do is be real, be present, and always speak from the heart. Keep pushing forward, keep being the best version of yourself, and never stop improving. I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned for more. This is Amelia, and you've been watching Stoic Paradox. Until next time, keep being amazing.